everyone. Cassie here with 3H Farms, Texas. We make soaps, particularly goat's milk soap. It's our favorite soap because of our eczema and our sensitive skin. And just because you have sensitive skin doesn't mean you can't have fun with a little soap. I have found some amazing fragrance oils and essential oils, but today is just an essential oil soap. And I don't know if Carrie, I'm doing a live. I don't know if I'm going to call it Hippie soap or One Love or I'm not for sure, but I am a product of the 70s parents. My mom grew up in the 70s, so I was raised by a flower child, so, which is very proud because, you know, looking back with everything going on, 60s and 70s, they had their protest and love rallies and peaceful protesting. And so I was thinking, let's bring back the 70s. I have my tie-dye shirt on. And I got several 70s colors. I have pink and yellow, purple, orange, bright colors. And then I also have my favorite, like a teal green color. So I'm going to mix these up before I blend my soap, because once I do that, there's like no stopping. So I have my goat's milk and lye mixture here. Sorry, I'm talking fast. I have to work quickly, and so that sometimes makes me talk quickly. So we have the, oh, I don't have the stick blender part out. So I need several of these containers taken apart. And we are going to put, I'm going to start with this lighter color. Put plenty in here because we're doing 8 pounds. So if anyone would like to put in the comments of what you think the Hippie soap should smell like. I was going to call it Clean Hippie, you know, thinking about hippies and stuff. And why I'm also calling it, you know, like a 70s soap, I'm putting patchouli. Let me show you. Patchouli essential oil. It's a very strong oil. This will also darken up the soap a bit, so I'm really trying and hoping that this works out. If it ends up turning the batter darker than what I'm wanting, I'll add some of the titanium dioxide to kind of lighten it up. But we'll see, okay? So now we want to get the orange. I was going to make a mango soap, y'all. I know. I said mango body butter, and I had so many people saying, when and where, let me have mango body butter. And I was like, okay, well then I'll order another mango, and they're sold out. So I decided to switch gears, and instead of making a mango soap today, which my son's going to be disappointed, I'm going to order some more orange for the mango, and I'm going to get, once I make the body butter, I have to order more coconut oil too. Can you believe I've already gone through that big 5-gallon bucket of coconut oil? It's huge. It's like actually 8 pounds of coconut oil when I order it, I think. Not 8 pounds. I'm sorry. I'll show you. If you've never seen it, it's like a big paint bucket of coconut oil. So, I ordered that in May? No. April? Oh my goodness, I'll have to go back and look. Okay, so I got orange and yellow. I can't really see. I should point my camera down a little. I'm working still with a broken phone holder, guys. Bear with me. Okay, no, now this is my Mad Mica purple. It's so pretty. I don't know if you can see the sparkles in there. It's gorgeous. It's a gorgeous purple. So I thought we would just make a soap with all the beautiful colors and just, you know, either call it Hippie soap or I'm not for sure yet. I haven't decided. Ah, I need one more. I didn't count correctly. Let me grab one more so I can mix up the pink. We gotta have pink and hippie soap. Gotcha. Where? Oh no. It's in my soap shed. Well, let's find something else. I can get a plastic container underneath. Oh, sorry about that, everyone. I'm just trying to find a container. Well, I'm just going to use this. It's kind of big, but it'll work. Kind of bigger than the others, but it'll work. So, let's just put the pink one in here. I have more of these, but they're out in my soap shed, and that'll take me a good 5 minutes or so to walk out there.
There we go.
So we're just going to put the pink in this one. And then I'm going to use the same method as I do as I disperse it in oil. So here's a beautiful, this is Voodoo Pink. I mixed this with 2 other colors to make my absolute red color that I love so much. Got one. And I'm doing about a teaspoon of mica, and then we'll see how it looks. A little heaping teaspoon almost. We'll see what it looks like. And I'm on a live, by the way. I didn't warn my children this time. I just started. Okay, so I'm going to make all the colors go over here. And then I'm going to grab my oils that I warmed up. Oils in the microwave. And I'm just going to be putting about a tablespoon or so of oil. This is less messy if I just dip it in. And so I don't want to add extra oil because then I will mess up my recipe. So I use the same oil, disperse my colors in, and then once I get the soap batter mixed together, I get to pour the soap into those containers. And this one already has it in there, so we'll be doing that. Let me move this. I don't want it getting knocked over or anything like that. Okay, so. And I almost forgot. I need to add, see, I don't want to forget, now that I've remembered, I have to add castor oil in my oils, because if you don't, it's not going to create a really sudsy, lathery, wonderful bar. If you add too much, you can be in trouble. If you don't add enough, it's not going to lather. And people like to lather. Not that the soap isn't working if it's not lathering, they just didn't add enough of the castor oil. And too much will give you a slimy feeling. So I'm gonna I have my scale under here. When you're doing soap, you have to go by weight. Oh, it's getting close. I can barely see through the oil. Hold on, I gotta push this up a little. No. I gotta be careful because if I go over, I'm not getting it out. Excuse my kids' real life. They're in the living room. They're playing Fortnite with their friends online. So that's perfect. So they're talking on their little headsets. So, which is pretty darn funny. Okay, and oh, another rule of thumb, when you're done using your products, I always put them away or put them down so I make sure I don't grab them again, okay? I close this. Let me get my little, so I'm going to start with the yellow first. Disperse it really good with my tiny little spatula. Isn't that a pretty yellow? Then I'm going to go with orange. It's okay if I get a little bit of that yellow in with the orange. It's not going to hurt it. Scrape it really good. I really like the silicone coated spatulas because it kind of acts like a little scraper. Okay, then we're going to do the pink. Such a big container, I almost have to add a tad bit more oil. Let's see if I can get it without. There we go. Very pretty colored pink. I love that. And then, this is why we mix the colors. It takes a little bit of time. Here's my purple. It's okay if I get a tiny bit of pink in with the purple. You're not going to see it. See, and then I didn't need to have, you know, a spatula for each one or a whisk for each one. I promise you I have enough dishes when this is all over with. Okay, so my cast of colors are done. Oh, I didn't get the, sorry. And this is Mad Micah's Peacock. They also have one that's called Blue Tide. Oh, it's simply beautiful. I really love any teal colors. If mermaid soaps are pretty darn popular, if everybody wasn't doing a mermaid soap, I think I would. But that's why I was like, I'm going to make a hippie soap. Hippies are, they love everyone. It's peace and love. And that's what we need right now is more peace and love. No more hate. Love and peace. Right? Right. I don't know if anyone's commenting. Sometimes during my lives, I can't see comments. So I don't know what's up with that. Okay. And then I have more spatulas and stuff like that right here. Just in case, because I'm going to need to scrape the big containers. And then I'm going to need my blender here in just a second. I can take away my scale. You have to have a digital scale. Like I said, I have my lye mixture here. I'm going to check my temperature while I forgot to get my thermometer out. And we're making a cold process soap. So we're wanting these to stay around 80. Don't go over 90 degrees. And if the soap gets too hot, you just ruin the risk, or sorry, you ruin the risk, yeah. You run the risk of scorching the milk, and then your milk is not only going to lose some amazing properties, but it's also, sorry, they're playing Fortnite, but it's also going to turn your milk a yucky color, and you don't want that. Hold on, he's got a headset on, he can't hear. Harry! What? Harry, shh, not so loud, baby. Okay. Sorry, he's 5, and he's, like, enjoying playing Fortnite with his brother, so it's cute. This is real life, you guys. If I was to never record, I would never, you know, because of real life, it just wouldn't happen. Okay, so now, it's glove time. Goggles, if you have them. I always wear my glasses, and I always keep vinegar handy in my kitchen. It's just right over here in my pantry. So if you splash the lye mixture on you, please just go and grab some vinegar and pour it over, unless you get it in your eyeballs. I mean, you should be wearing goggles, but even when I've worn glasses, I've had some splash on my face, and so I had to immediately get that lye off of there. So we're going to pour the lye into the oils. I'll move some of this so you can see it. I want you to be able to see what I'm doing. You see that? Okay. And then, oh, I need my spatula to scrape the container. I want my big spatula. I had washed it and left it over there. Okay. So we're just going to give this a little stir. The milk is still a nice creamy color, so it didn't overheat. Sorry. My 5-year-old. Oh no. So funny over there. Yeah. And if you're wanting a recipe from me, please follow us on YouTube. I have our goat's milk base recipe on there. I have recently started using a little bit different to try to add and make the bars a little more moisturizing by adding a little shea butter in there. That's why the oils are so clear. It's because I did not put olive oil in this mixture today. It is the shea butter, coconut oil, sunflower oil, and canola oil mixture. And I'm not sharing this recipe. We've been testing it. And I mean, I got to keep a few things under my hat, right? So I'm really loving the butters instead of the olive oil. Now, don't get me wrong, olive oil is amazing moisturizing, but with all the pandemic stuff, it's not easily found, and the restaurant supply place was out for a while, so they have some in stock now, but I'd already bought what I needed to do this recipe. And I use soap calc and punch in our recipe on the soap calculator. No, I don't have a tutorial on that. I've had several people ask me, how do you use this thing? Well, one day I'll get you a tutorial on that. I'm no expert, but I have been doing this for 3 years, going on 3 years. I can't believe it. We bought our home in 2017, and I started making soaps right after we bought our home, and you know, it's towards the end of the year, so towards the end of this year will be 3 years. And I studied and got every book I can on soap making before I ever made my first batch. So if you do want to become a soap maker, I suggest watching YouTube. There's tons of awesome videos on there, and I'm just gonna set that in that container. And then lots of books at the library you can get for free. So I gotta burp it and now blend it. I just want to bring it together, and I want to still leave it a very thin trace. A trace is when you pick up your blender and you see a mark. I want to leave this as thin as possible because, for one, the patchouli oil and the citrus oil that I'm using, bergamot, is going to accelerate the soap batter. If you've ever watched any of my videos, it happens quick sometimes. So accelerating means it's going to come together a lot faster than I want it to. So I want it to stay as liquidy as possible. So I'm going to stop blending right there because I see all that the lye and oils are blended together, and so I'm good. I'm going to stop it right there. If I go too much further, then I'm going to have problems blending these soaps with the colors. And I'm going to put the fragrance oil in last. So let me split this up. And as I was blending, I was saying, wow, you know what? I should put some white in it to help make contrast. So I think I am going to do that. I need to go to the Dollar Tree and get me some bigger containers. These are almost not big enough. So we're going to pour them in here, we're going to whisk them by hand, and we're going to check and see if we got enough color in the soap batter. I love that blue. I mean, it's just, I could just have a soap that color. I don't even know. I would just, that color is my favorite. If you can't tell, I have spatulas that color. Okay. This is going to come out perfect. I may not have enough to do white in this one. Okay, oh, doing a little, show you a little experiment. Not experiment, but so that I get close to the same amount of soap batter in this bigger bucket.
Is it the side door? Is it Daddy?
My containers weigh roughly like an ounce maybe. So I got about a cup, I got just a little over 2 pounds of soap batter in that. We're going to zero that out and we're going to try to get around the same amount. I'm going to leave just a little bit in here to add some white if I can. Might not be able to do it. That's 1 pound. We're going to do it. Oh, I love this pink. It's so pretty. It's really the prettiest pink. And if you want a light pink, you just use less, you know, micas. Or add the titanium dioxide in that. So, oh, I had put it over here. So usually would disperse this in a little bit of water. I'm just going to stir the dickens out of it and hope that I get all the little chunks, because you can get it chunky and I don't want it chunky. So just going to wipe this because this is bright pink. It'll mess up that white. And I cannot forget the fragrance oil. Sometimes when I'm doing this and I have distractions, I did a blackberry video for you guys. I was showing you the blackberry and activated charcoal video. I did a soap making live just like this. And the kids were fighting. I was just trying to get done so I could get, you know, 2 other farm things happening on the farm. And so happened, forgot the fragrance oil. And I took so much time making a beautiful, you know, purple and black and contrast, mixing it. Oh, it was like heartbreaking to be able to pour it out and mix the fragrance oil and lose it. But luckily the black and the purple didn't mix up too much, and I saved the day. So very, very lucky. See, I see little chunks of white. I'm trying to get this to go down. Scrape it all over on one side since it's not very much. And I'm going to show you how we're going to make all these colors come together. It's going to be awesome. You watch. Okay. Too much air in there. Okay. And another trick, if you get too many air bubbles, just like a cake, you could do that, or you could spritz it with a little bit of alcohol. So you just take a little and kill the air bubbles. And then that also keeps your stuff from, it'll also keep the top from ash. Are we back? I don't know what was happening. I guess we lost internet.
It's match. It's match. I had to leave match.
Oh, this smells so good. So see how dark this color is?
Everyone, leave match.
Okay. Isn't we match like you?
Yeah, leave match.
One wheel?
Well,
There we go. Ah, I dropped the lid. Well, I'm going to put this over here so it doesn't get knocked over. I don't want to touch the floor with my clean gloves.
bottom right.
So, can you see how dark that is? Okay. So now we're going to add in the citrus.
Everyone come back to lobby.
Go back to Bobby.
Oh my goodness. These two smell amazing together. If you're not a patchouli fan, I don't know what it is with the citrus added to it. It just brightens it up a little, because if you don't know, patchouli is very strong. It's very strong, but man, it smells amazing. Give me like a roller of that. I love it. Okay, so now we're going to put them in the colors, because this, like I said, it's going to accelerate the soap a little. We're just going to put it in there, put a little bit in each one, in hopes that we can try to keep some of those colors. If I put it in the white, it's just going to ruin the white. So I'm glad I didn't have a lot of white, and I'm just going to leave it. And I'll show you what we're going to do here in just a minute.
Hey, guys. So, do you what? Yeah.
Usually people make patchouli soaps brown, and this is why, because this is just naturally brown. But that's why I'm going to be adding it into the brightest colors. I'm probably not going to put it in the yellow. Just going to do it in the darker colors. Oh, it's really full. I'm trying not to spill. Can you see this?
Hey, ready up.
I may have to pop my immersion blender in there just for a second. Let's put a little in here. Maybe a little more, since this pink is pretty dark. Oh, that looks good. Man, I'm in love with this smell. I'm just going to mix this yellow in really quickly so I can say I'm not going to put it in the yellow. Can you see? I'm sorry. I'm blocking your view. The rest in that one. These are so full. I'm really trying not to make a mess. But I gotta work a little faster. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pop the blender in each one just for a second. Just want to make sure all the yellow is mixed good. Can't do it too much. Then we'll go to orange, pink. Do a little. Like I said, I can't do it too much. Oh, that actually made the orange a little, like, changed it a little bit, but not too much. Like I said, it's gonna accelerate my soaps. I gotta really work fast.
Why do we have to do that? I don't want to pee at the egg.
Okay, that one really mixed in good. Now I'll do the purple. so full. I'm just trying. I think I got the green pretty well mixed in. Yeah, I think the green's good to go. Or the teal, I'm sorry. Okay, so this is the fun part. Oh, I gotta hurry. If those that are still with me, I think there's two. We are going to pour it into this pot in each corner. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I'm going to leave a little bit in the container to scrape on top. Now we're going to contrast and get the pink. I want to use the pink and the green together. So we're going to scrape the bottom. Make sure all the bottom in this container picked up all that pink. Okay, now we're going to pour. Can you see? Oh my goodness, it's hard for me to do this and to get you to see. Please, soap, stay liquid. So we're going to pour in each corner. Same way. Not scraping the containers. That'll be at the very end. Now I'm going to work and get the purple. Okay, I'm going to just make sure I got all that mixed in good. Always stir. That'll help the bubbles get out. And then just start pouring in each corner. This is what's called an in the pot swirl. For those who have never done this, it's an amazing soap trick if it works. If your soaps don't seize up on you, then you're good to go. So orange is next, and then yellow will be last. See, normally I scrape, but I'm leaving extra in there. Can you see the colors? Oh, I hope you see it when I pour it into the molds. So yellow is last. I'm really hoping that the yellow is bright enough to come through. Okay, so we got all our colors poured. I am not going to do but one little tiny thing to this. I'm going to go whoop, and then whoop. Okay, because you don't want to mix it too much. Because when you're going in here and pouring these in the molds, it's going to mix. Let me hope this goes down. Please do not drop my phone into the batter this time, phone holder. Okay. Hippy dippy soap. Oh, it's so pretty. There's some white in this corner, so I'm gonna try to switch. Get a little bit of that white in there. I hope my colors aren't blending together too much. Oh, it looks like a rainbow. So pretty. Now that the white is kind of at the bottom, I'm going to add a little of that to each bar. If you guys could smell this, I mean, it just smells amazing. Like I said, if you're not a fan of patchouli or citrus, I don't know who isn't a fan of citrus, but it's got beautiful citrus notes to it from that bergamot. Sorry, I'm trying to scrapey my big container, and that's not my saying. I watch a lady on Royalty Soaps, and she always says that. So she's pretty darn funny. She's got amazing soaps too. And I just love her little, she's got little shirts that say that. I need shirts that say things I say, y'all. I will. I'm trying. I got one shirt in our Etsy store. Etsy, whatever you want to call it. I always say it the wrong way. And I'm working on more shirt designs. And we had just done this in time because the windows are open in the house. And now it's starting to get warm. So now I'll be able to shut the windows and turn on that AC. It's like crazy not to have the AC on in June right now. I hope you're able to see these colors. I will definitely do a video on cutting these tomorrow. So just stay tuned for that. Got that one done. Let's now scrape these ones out. This is the hardest part of soaping almost, is the cleanup and adding these, getting these scraped really good. I am so surprised that it didn't seize up on me though. You guys, that is like, that's some hard stuff. When you're dealing with citrus oils and patchouli oil, so I definitely did perfect on getting it to trace, just to trace, not going over that. And if I would have over blended the, you know, mica powders or anything like that, it would have been bad. I'm going to scrape every last drop. So sorry if this part is a little boring. To see the final results, I'll take pictures, but I got to get every last drop. Not only does it help me when it's cleanup time to wash all these dishes, the less batter. Oh, did you see that? I almost dropped it in the soap. That would have not been good. Okay, let's do purple. And we scrape it really good around the sides. And just drizzle, drizzle. So you guys, if you want to leave a comment on what you think I should name the soaps, that would be amazing. I don't know, I'm thinking about calling it Clean Hippie or Peace and Love. Almost going with peace and love because that's what we need more, is peace and love in this world. Maybe Flower Child, Flower Power. Anyone have suggestions, pop them in the comments and I'll read the comments. Here's the orange. See, it's already starting to thicken. And if the In the Pot Swirl doesn't come out as clean as I want it to, the next time I'll just pour the colors in individually. But I was hoping they would come together and make a real pretty, like a rainbow swirl or something. So we'll see how it comes out tomorrow. Making these soaps makes me think of this wonderful lady that we met. She has our soaps in Anson, Texas, in her shop called the Crazy Chick Corner. She makes amazing food, coffees, and it's the sweetest little town. It reminds me of Weatherford, which is not far from here, back when I was a kid. The old courthouse on the square, the simple country life. You know, everybody's a farmer, rancher community. She has she's right there at the old bank, which is really cool. And so she has an actual vault in her store where it was the money vault. There's like so much history in those buildings, and they're so beautiful. And her shop window looks right at the courthouse, this big old beautiful courthouse. So much beautiful history in that town. And just, it's a gorgeous town. I can't wait until we go back. And hopefully, I'll be able to take her some of this soap. Because she is in love with patchouli. I sent her a patchouli soap, patchouli rain that we made. And hopes that she likes it. But this soap here, I think she's really going to like. Because the colors and how just beautiful it is. Almost looks like works of art to me on the top. But last night I made a video with our pipe smoke cutting it, and it was One Love, Bob Marley. I should have used it for this soap. I guess that song kind of inspired me. Just love that song. Always been a big Bob Marley fan. And his son sings too, so. Okay, I'm gonna get my little skewer. Now that all that's scraped. Oh, I'm so excited. It's under my cabinet. Hold on. I gotta get it. Nothing fancy. Just little what am I gonna say? Chopstick. Okay, so if you want to do like hearts, you kind of go like this. Make a nice swirl pattern. And then I have been lately just going right down the middle. I just love the way that looks. Kind of looks like a feather, right? Oh, it's so pretty. Boy, you guys, this soap is like, I don't know. Making soap to me is like therapy. I so much enjoy it. I just wanted to say thank you so much for everyone who buys soap from us and supports our farm and our family and is able, so I could do this for a living. That is just the coolest thing on the planet to me. Let me take this out so you could see. Uh-oh, I have lye on my gloves. Hold on 1 second. 1 second. I don't want to touch my phone. And then I also got to take one glove off because I can't function. Let me flip this around. I am so happy. On thinking and hoping, I hope the inside turned out as beautiful as the outside. And I know next time, if they don't, I'll do just the in the pot swirls, basically in the molds. But I am just loving the way they look. I love the colors. Very hippie, right? Doesn't it look like a, you know, a 70s hippie kind of colors? I think so. So thank you guys so much for watching and supporting us. And I just wanted to say, y'all have a blessed day and love one another. Thanks. Oh, these soaps will be ready in 3 to 4 weeks. Bye.